guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a tad bit different because it's not going to be my weekly vlogs. Instead, it's going to be a book haul. Finally I'm doing another book haul. It's been forever, and that's because I don't buy a lot of books. I try my best to read as much free books as possible when I'm not in a reading slump. So let's start with the books that I borrowed from the library. So from the library, I borrowed 6 books, and they are, the first one is Aisyah Sophia Selagi Ada Dia, and this is basically a romance. And from the blurb at the back, basically it's talking about Ariani who fell in love, and then obviously the first love went haywire, didn't work out. She's completely traumatized and comes in her second love, but she's starting to think like, is it worth it? Should I go for it? What have you. And the reason why I borrowed this book from the library is because Aisyah Sophia is a Malaysian author that I read often when I was a teenager, and I really liked her books compared to the other Malaysian authors that I read back in the day. Her stories were more nuanced and has more depth, basically. So I thought to myself, well, maybe I would still like her writing as an adult, and here I am reading another Aisyah Sophia book after so long. The next book is Great Novels, the world's most remarkable fiction explored and explained. And the reason why I borrowed this book from the library is because, let me just show you. It has lots of pictures, and I thought, this is a book that might help me get out of a reading slump, although I haven't started it because look at the size of this book. It's huge. It's impossible to bring everywhere to read. So I have yet to start this book. The next book is Last Train from Kummersdorf by Leslie Wilson, I think. And I'm not sure what this book is about. All I know is I think it's about the Holocaust, because it says here, Hanno and Effie are on the run. They've both seen terrible things and neither trusts the other. But in Germany 1945, there are far more dangerous people on the road: soldiers, deserters, and the evil Major Otto. So I'm assuming it's about the Holocaust. The next book that I borrowed is Joker. And the reason why I borrowed this book is because I thought the cover was cool. And again, it's more pictures than words, and I thought, it's something easy to read to get me out of a reading slump. And that's it. The last 2 books that I borrowed from the library, it is in the trilogy, at least I think it's a trilogy, of the Airhead series. I always forget which one is the second and which one is the third, so yeah. So I borrowed Airhead, Runaway, and Airhead being Nikki by Meg Cabot. At least I think this is the second one and this is the third, I think. Yeah, I can't remember exactly the plot of this book, but what I can remember something or somewhat-ish is the fact that M. Watts was in an accident, and then her brain or her consciousness was transplanted into the body of a supermodel, which is Nikki. And now she has to navigate her way of being M. Watts, but also Nikki the supermodel. And then shenanigans happen, and there seems to be like some sort of conspiracy going on, because how the hell is she transplanted to a different body? And also the reason why I borrowed this book was because, again, I read this series when I was younger, I think 15-ish. And the reason why I never continued the series is because the book that the first book, I put it in my bag, and that bag was stolen because people broke into my house and they needed a bag to put all the stuff in. And they also stole my books, of all things. I mean, you can take the bag, just leave the books. I bought those books at Kinokuniya. Do you know how heavy it was to bring it back to Miri all the way from KL? I will never forgive them. So those are the books that I borrowed from the library. And now on to the books that I bought myself. And let us go. So the first book that I bought myself, I can't remember when I bought this, but I think it should be around probably March, like anywhere between January to March or April, I think. But basically it is A Force So Swift, Mao, Truman, and the Birth of Modern China, 1949, by Kevin Perino. I don't know how to say this person's name correctly, and I have no idea what this book is about, aside from the fact that perhaps it's talking about China. Wait, I need to sneeze. Okay, I sneezed. So, anyways, like I was saying, I have no idea what this book is about, aside from the fact that it's about China and probably the Mao Revolution, I think. Yeah. Why I bought this book, by the way, it's not because I'm suddenly interested in the history of China. It's probably because this book was on sale. I think this was like 20 ringgit, and it's hardcover, and I thought, oh, what a steal. I should get it. Will I read it is a different question. Then the next book that I bought from Popular is A Cold Case Investigation, The Betrayal of Anne Frank by Rosemary Sullivan. And again, the reason why I bought this book is not because I'm suddenly interested in the history of the world, is because it's a steal. It's 32 ringgit, it's hardcover, and the cover looks cool, and it says Cold Case Investigation. I thought we already knew everything about Anne Frank, but apparently we don't, so that piqued my interest. Then, the second last book that I bought from Popular is Never Split the Difference, Negotiating as If Your Life Depended on It by Chris Voss with Tal Rath. Why I bought this book is, I don't know, it was one of the only books that piqued my interest, because I bought it in the, I bought this Popular, so Popular has the whole, you can buy the second book at 50% less discount, discount, and I thought, I don't read a lot of self-help books, so I might as well start, I guess, since I'm 31 now. What is it about? I have no idea. So let's read the blurb. So the blurb says, from policing the rough streets of Kansas City, Missouri, to becoming the FBI's lead international kidnapping negotiator to teaching negotiation at leading universities, Chris Voss has tested the techniques in Never Split the Difference across the full spectrum of human endeavor and proved their effectiveness. Those who have benefited from these techniques include business clients generating millions in additional profits, MBA students getting better jobs, and even parents dealing with their kids. Never Split the Difference provides a gripping behind-the-scenes recounting of dramatic scenarios from the gang-infested streets of Haiti to a Brooklyn bank robbery gone horribly wrong, revealing the negotiation strategies that helped Voss and his colleagues succeed where it mattered most, saving lives. Whether buying a car, getting better raise, buying a home, renegotiating rent, or deliberating with your partner, Voss shows you how to use these skills in the workplace and in every other realm of your life. Hopefully, by reading this book, I can improve my life and get my shit together. So the last book that I bought from Popular is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I have no idea what this book is about. I just kept seeing it on Bookstagram, BookTube, BookTalk, everywhere. And I thought, you know what? It's high time I bought this book. And also, I bought it because, you can buy the second one on sale. And let us read the blurb. So the blurb is, Vanessa Mazur knows she's doing the right thing. She shouldn't feel bad for quitting. Being an assistant or housekeeper or fairy godmother to the top defensive end in the National Football Organization was always supposed to be temporary. She has plans, and none of them include washing extra large underwear longer than necessary. But when Aiden Graves shows up at her door wanting her to come back, she's beyond shocked. For 2 years, the man known as the Wall of Winnipeg couldn't find it in him to tell her good morning or congratulate her on her birthday. Now, he's asking for the unthinkable. What do you say to the man who is used to getting everything he wants? I'm hoping like it's a good romance. I can't remember the bookstagrammer that loves this book, or like, because I keep seeing them talk about this book. I think if I can't remember their bookstagram handle. I remember their profile picture, but for some reason I cannot remember their bookstagram handle. But anyways, I was convinced to buy this book because I kept seeing them talk about it on their bookstagram. Yes, they talked about it years ago, but hey, it's nobody's fault that I am bad with money and I only could buy the book now. So that is the last book that I bought for myself. Now let us go to the batch of books that was gifted to me for my birthday. So the first one is Cain's Jawbone by Torquemada. I think everybody knows this book. I haven't started on it because I feel like this is the book. It's a puzzle book that you need to do when you're calm and you have all your faculties, your mental faculties. Right now, my brain cells are 2. I only have 2 brain cells left. And for this book, I think you need more than 2. So this was gifted to me by my best friend, Jel. And she thought I would enjoy it because we both love Agatha Christie. And yeah. So the next one is... Okay, this one was not gifted to me because of my birthday. It's probably because my cousin is moving. And she wanted to declutter her house. And I asked for this book. And here it is. And it is Power by Robert Greene. Do I really need to say anything? I mean, like, everybody knows who Robert Greene is and why I want to read this book. I also have his other book, by the way. I forgot the name of the other book. I think 48 Laws of Human Nature? Something like that. So, continuing with the books that were gifted to me for my birthday. And this is gifted to me by my best friend Azu. And this is Junji Ito, No Longer Human. I know of the novel. I haven't read it. I wanted to. So imagine my surprise when my best friend gifted this to me. The reason why I'm surprised is because he told me he was going to gift me a book for my birthday, but it's actually this book, because he asked me specifically, do I have any books that I want to read? And I've been talking to him nonstop about like Chris Broad from the channel Abroad in Japan, and he knows I love that channel. He knows I love Chris, and he's like, you know what, let me get you a book. Let me get you his book, because I did tell him I wanted to buy the book, but I haven't bought it yet because I was broke. And he was like, you know what, don't buy it, I'll buy it for you for your birthday. And it is Abroad in Japan by Chris Broad. So I thought that he was only gonna get me this book. So like I said, imagine my surprise when he gave me this book as well. And I was like, oh my god, Junji Ito and its comics. I know this book has to be expensive because it's hardcover, it's Junji Ito, and it's a manga. Look at that. I know that he bought this in Kinokuniya, and I'm pretty sure this is expensive. So I was just like, it made me cry because I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And also from the same friend, the same best friend. Oh god, I feel like there's hair. From the same best friend. For this one, it's not really my birthday. It's more of like he just gifted it to me because he accidentally bought two sets of the same series, and he's like, why do I need 2 sets of the book? So he gifted them to me, and it is the Dune series, and I'm just like, nice. So the first one, we have obviously Frank Herbert, the Great Dune Trilogy, and in here we have Dune, Dune Messiah, and Children of Dune. And this is the second one, Frank Herbert, the Second Great Dune Trilogy. And in here we have God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, and Chapter House Dune. And ta-da! I did tell him that I wanted to buy the whole series eventually, because I'm obviously reading Dune right now. I haven't finished it. It's been months. I know. Don't come at me. I've been busy. So anyways, I told him I wanted to like buy the series, but maybe not right now because like, I don't know. The first book is already hard enough for me to finish, and I didn't want to buy the books because number one, it's expensive, especially if it's a series. Number two, it's expensive. And number three, I'm broke. So he's like saying, look, I accidentally bought 2 sets by accident, let me gift it to you. And I was just like, I ain't never, why did it become Southern? And I told him, I'm never gonna, reject free books. So here we are with the books. And yeah, I think that's it for my book haul. So let's see, how many books do we have? I have lost count, but all I know is a lot. And considering I'm looking at my bookshelf, and it is out of control. So mind you, this is not even including the NetGalley books that I have on my Kindle. By the way, I gotta show, I love my Kindle. I love my Kindle so much. I am reading so much right now. I wish everything could be an ebook so I can read it on my Kindle. I read my Kindle everywhere, basically. I read it during like a red light, during traffic jam, when I'm cooking, when I'm doing the dishes. Okay, that's a lie. I don't read when I do the dishes, but when I'm cooking, I read everywhere I can, because it's just so convenient. Like, I understand that you can read Kindle on your phone, but it never worked for me because I always get distracted. So the fact that I have my Kindle, I just open it and just start reading. It takes a while to wake up, but yeah, I just start reading and that's it. It's so convenient. I have read like 6 books already. Yes, they're all historical romance, don't judge me, but yeah, I've read 6 books within the last 2 weeks, and I'm just finally. Which leads me to another thought, because it's like, am I having like a reading slump, or I just really want to read historical romance? But that could be book hyperfixation right now. Anyways, that is it for my book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Leave a comment if you've read all the books that I've shared here, and yeah, that's it. Bye.